Hailing from Harlem, 31-year-old outspoken rapper Azealia Banks has just torn Australia a new one. On her latest visit, she only made the stage in Sydney. After that, she pulled the pin on her Brisbane and Melbourne shows, citing past behaviour from the Brizzy crowds.
Last time I was in Brisbane and y'all threw on the stage and damn near almost hit me in the face with a bottle of soda. That was one of the most racist, most demoralizing experiences of my life. I know it's just gonna be one little racist bastard in the audience that's gonna try me, and I'm sure the racist Australian press will turn it around and make it my fault. I'm not taking the risk, and I'm not sorry about it.
Banks has had beef with us before. In 2013, she walked off the stage 90 seconds into a set, and in 2015, she described her appearance at Splendour in the Grass as a waste of her time, adding, "We were a violent, belligerent, terrible crowd to play for."
Listen, I'm a creative individual. I have the license to think and say and do whatever I feel. You understand?
Ruffling feathers is the Banks brand, and oh my lord, she is good at it.
I feel like a lot of the beefs or quarrels that I've had, of course some of them I've started because I'm a troublemaker.
Over the years, she's thrown serious shade at Sarah Palin, Rita Ora, Lady Gaga, Pharrell Williams, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, and Iggy Azalea, to name just a few.
When she raps, she's, oh, band with a jingle, I win with a shin with a ling.
And she had an onstage meltdown in June of this year after being annoyed at her early morning set time.
I'm really not happy to be here.
And yes, this is her exhuming the corpse of her dead cat.
The cat.
Yes, and that's part of taxidermy.
And you can buy bones.
Because I love bones.
So will Banks ever play to an Aussie crowd again?
I'm a beautiful black woman. I'm not about to get in front of some audience of white people for them to be throwing at me. Brisbane, y'all just gonna have to take that L and smoke it.
Look, there's obviously a lot to talk about when it comes to Azealia Banks, but in the context of this conversation and playing in Australia, I actually think Azealia has a valid point with our crowd etiquette and behaviour. I've been to many a gig. I even went to Splendour in the Grass mid-year, and Australian crowds are kind of embarrassing sometimes. You know, we get to the point where we pressure international artists to do shoeies. We're, crying this out in the middle of their songs. It happened to Jack Harlow, Billie Eilish, Swedish pop star Tuva Stika was here for Listen Out Festival, and someone threw an ice cube at her on stage in Brisbane. So I think she certainly has a point, but the other side of me is why did you agree to the tour then? You've had a bad history with Australia. You don't have to come. You don't owe it to anyone to come back.
Brisbane, right? Because I think you said Brisbane.
Yeah. So I'm curious as to why she did agree to the tour in the first place. I did see her at Future Music Festival 10 years ago, and she was amazing. But there's obviously, a history here.
But whenever we have entertainers on the desk and we ask them whether they like Aussie crowds, they always say we're great.
It's almost like they're obligated to because they're here.
I know.
Because the fans are at the back saying, "You better, or we'll make you do a shoey."
But the interesting thing at play here as well is that we don't know if Azealia Banks will come back here after this tour. She has since announced that the Melbourne show will be going ahead this weekend right now.
At a different venue, though.
At a different venue. Yeah. And, I was talking to some of her fans just in our office today too, and they're still not sure. They were going to the concert, it got cancelled, and they got a text being it's happening. And so they're still very, it's been chaos, and they don't even know if that will happen. But she is a force of nature. Yeah. We've come to expect it.
Absolutely.